So, okay, so we sit, and then we generate the correct motivation, right? Yeah. And then, the breathing, we just do the same thing as we did before the break, just to settle down the mind. Just count the breath from 1 to 10, and then start overcounting and make sure the mind doesn't get distracted by thoughts. Yeah, so do that for about a minute or two. So, okay, when the mind is settled down, then think in front of yourself, Sakyamuni Buddha, and you make strong requests to the Buddha, and then he comes to the crown of your head. And if you have a teacher, you can imagine that on the crown of your head is a lotus and sun and moon disc. On top of that is seated Sakyamuni Buddha in full lotus position, right hand touching the right knee, and on top of the moon disc. And the left holds a begging bowl filled with nectar, and his whole body is made out of golden nectar light and a very peaceful and smiling appearance. Then, making strong requests based on focusing on the suffering of the beings you see around yourself, you think, I have to develop my mind, and I have to get realizations of the path, in particular the realization of dependence on the teacher, first one. And by this request, the Buddha is so pleased, and from his heart comes white light to one's own crown, the crown of all sentient beings, and purifies all negative karma, and removes all obstacles, and in particular, the obstacle for the realization of dependence on the teacher comes about. Or those obstacles actually are be pacified, that's how I should say it. Yeah? So those obstacles are completely pacified, completely purified. So focus on this white light for about a minute, from his heart to the crown of your head, filling your whole body. Yeah, do that for about a minute. So now I think you're completely filled with white light and completely purified. And obstacles are completely taken away or pacified. And then focus upon those countless sentient beings surrounding yourself. You have the same intention. Request the Buddha, please, I have to do something. Help me to assist in getting realizations. And then Buddha is so pleased, and from his heart comes yellow golden light to the crown of oneself and all sentient beings. And this bestows the blessings or the potentials for the realization to come about of all the stages of the path, but in particular, the one in relation with the virtuous friend. So focus upon this yellow golden light entering your crown and filling your whole body for about a minute. And I think you're completely filled with this beautiful yellow golden nectar light. And just the mind is so suitable to meditate just about the realization to come about, that's been generated. And then you contemplate the benefits of reliance on a teacher. Yeah, you can contemplate, for example, the first two, that brings you close to Buddhahood. And why is that so? Because depending on these teachings, of Lam Rim, you eliminate all faults, acquire all qualities, and you move on the spiritual path, right? By depending on receiving these instructions and put it into practice. And also all the Buddhas are extremely pleased with that, of course, because that's the only wish they had from they started their spiritual path until the end, and still have that wish, of course. So try to see those benefits of reliance, that by depending on these teachings, you're able to develop all the way up to Buddhahood. So it's quite amazing to see the need and importance of reliance and the benefit that comes from it, and just analyze with different reasons for about a minute or two. And then come to a conclusion that sees actually the benefits of this, and then comes to a conclusion that, oh, it's really important to move on the path to receive this kind of instructions, and it brings me closer, because it trains my mind in the direction of Buddhahood. And then come to that conclusion and focus on that conclusion for about a minute. So then to conclude, then Sakyamuni Buddha is so pleased with your intention, and becomes smaller and smaller, and then descends to the crown of your head, and then to the level of your heart, and then dissolves, or you can think becomes one with your own mind, and then you can even feel a little bit of happy feeling there, or bliss at that point. So the qualities becomes one with your own mind, like that. All right, so then we can stop.